Well, good afternoon, everybody. I'm going to make a very brief presentation on what we are doing at IIM Bangalore. We are a center of excellence in urban governance, supported by the Ministry of Urban Development. We have been working on various issues since 2009. Let me very briefly talk about the initiatives that we have at IIM Bangalore. Essentially, we are into three main activities. One is a set of research studies um, addressing various issues of governance as well as management. And we are also into capacity building of urban local bodies. And third one is the knowledge management center, essentially having a website and trying to put various resources into this website so that people can actually make use of this, both researchers as well as the urban managers. In terms of research projects, we have research projects on municipal finance, city financial management, and financial database. We have a set of studies on urban administration, trying to build a multi-purpose urban administration platform, as well as trying to build a model on water supply and demand. We have a study on legal and institutional perspective on citizen-centric urban governance. And also related to that is a development of a reliable property title registration system in India. We also have done a study on urban land management in Bangalore. As far as public service delivery is concerned, we did service level benchmarking for tier 2, tier 3 cities. We also did a report for MOUD on skill development and try to estimate the extent of resources required for the country in the 12th plan. And we are also working on citizen engagement in public service delivery. So when we started actually working on various projects, one of the things that we found was that the data limitation. I think this has been a major issue. Several speakers have already highlighted this. Data limitations are very acute. In fact, when we give proposals, we tend to think that there are a lot of data available in the urban local bodies, and we think of using a sophisticated model or database for the city financial management. We have been developing a framework to put in this data by different cities. We have been discussing with the MOUD to standardize data entry system so that we can have one common database for all the cities, and therefore people can actually make use of this data, researchers as well as the managers of the cities. So that has been a major activity for us. In fact, we spent a lot of time in trying to develop this database and the framework so that we could have, at least in the long run, a good system of data, database where we can actually make use of it. We started with Karnataka. Karnataka has been much more, sort of responsive in terms of using this data format. We do have some progress. We have been able to make some progress with respect to a number of cities within Karnataka. Service level benchmarking, we did the service level benchmarking for tier 2, tier 3 cities. And also what we try to look at is, based on the service level benchmarking, where are the key weaknesses in the current management of the cities, and therefore, can we come up with a action plan for improving the performance of the cities. And we try to conduct a number of workshops with the management of the city administration and try to highlight the problems as well as try to give the solutions. To some extent, we have been successful, but it's quite difficult task, because often we find that the officials are transferred by the time we actually able to make some headway with respect to sharing the output, as well as making them understand the problems in the city management. The top officials may be transferred, and therefore you have problems in really working with the local governments. Then many of the suggestions that we come up with are very, very rudimental, because a lot of things are not really done in the cities. Simple things like measurement of water, how much is pumped, how much is actually distributed at various places, and so on. They are not really there. And therefore, often, unless these things are taken care of, we really cannot move forward, in the sense that, suggesting any significant improvement in the performance of the systems. Service level benchmarking is one thing. The other thing that we are trying to do is to really build a good supply demand model for water supply in Bangalore. This has been a major initiative, trying to gather data from various sources, from households and the city administration and various other sources, and try to build a good model. And we are working with the ISC as well as some international organizations to really build a good, effective model, so that researchers as well as the policymakers should be able to make use of this model. Then, as far as the property title registration is concerned, we had a review of the title registration draft law from Karnataka, and then again we had a number of workshops. And based on the feedback from the government, in fact, there was a suggestion that we should also get the expert views of the lawyers, and we were able to get the expert advice from the retired Supreme Court judges and so on. So now we have been able to really put together a proper land title registration system. And again, we also did a study on urban landmark management system. The legal and institutional perspective review has been done by one of our faculty members. And going forward, we would like to work on this, especially the urban finance has been a major issue, and we will be trying to create the database as well as work on the urban finance. We also would like to have collaboration with a number of state-level agencies like SIUDs, NGOs, and so on, so that we can help in capacity building. Capacity building has been a major issue. We try to do that with 4 different programs on finance management as well as project management. But of course, we face a number of problems. Problems like there is no seriousness either in the local body, even at the state government level. People actually sign up, they don't turn up, and even if they are there for a day or 2 and then they leave, things like that. It's very difficult to really run a program, and this becomes quite different than many other programs that we actually run. So there are again issues with respect to the people, the number of people, the staff, their background, the training. So all these are quite. There are problems associated with that. Because of that, working with the urban local bodies has been a quite difficult task. But we will continue to do especially the finance as well as the performance management area, and try to provide solutions, especially working with the local bodies. Thank you very much.